Pepecoin holders, big moves are incoming. We're going to be talking about that today. Welcome back to Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Everything I say is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Just telling you guys what I think is going to be happening in these markets. So without further ado, let's hop in. All right, guys, so we're going to start off here on Crypto Twitter. Follow me at 3the3 Blacksea. I made this post a while back, the chosen meme Pepe. I believe that Pepe is the meme coin. If any of the meme coins will survive, it will be Pepe, in my opinion, because I do believe it has the most staying power, has the most mind share, and really the tokenomics are the best out of the big three versus Shiba Inu and Dogecoin and Pepe, the third meme coin musketeer, if you will. And now I just retweeted James Wynn, who is basically became famous on crypto Twitter for leverage trading up to $100 million and then getting liquidated and losing it all. And now he's doing more trading. But I just wanted to post this because we have these big people talking about Pepe. But look at this. So I was looking at Pepe's X page. And I'm realizing now that Elon Musk is posting Pepe memes. Okay. And obviously Pepe, the account, is reposting these. But I'm just realizing that Pepe is known by so many people, and I just don't believe that out of all these meme coins, it's going to fail. Now, can it fail? Sure, of course, coins can fail, things can happen, but based on the tokenomics, based on really the mind share of who knows what Pepe is, who doesn't know what Pepe is, I think people, much more, majority of people in the world know what Pepe is versus Dogecoin or Shiba Inu. So looking at Pepe, big moves are incoming. Big moves are incoming. You need to prepare yourself because I do believe right now we are trading below the bullish trend line here of basically 4 zeros 10, and we're below that level here. And I've been saying, I've been sending the alarm bells. I've been saying, guys, being below this bullish trend line is bearish. It is bearish. But that being said, I would not be surprised at all to see a little bit of a test back to the upside. We'd have a little bit of a flash crash happen here on, like, if you look at the hourly time frame, we did break down kind of significantly here over the past day or so. But guys, the entire market really was spooked about more tariff talk. The tariffs are coming out, makes the traditional market uncertain. The Fed is hawkish. We have quantitative tightening still. Rates are still high. We're waiting for those rate cuts. Risk on assets are not in a favorable position. If you guys know, you've been watching the Crypto Report, you guys know I sound like a broken record, but this is so important to be paying attention to the macroeconomics of the world when it comes to Pepe and the risk on assets. Pepe is the risk on asset. It is a risk on asset. It is the risk on asset, in my opinion. So looking at this, I do want to say, though, like you look at the higher term time frames, look at the daily. The daily looks a little bit more bearish than the weekly, but guys, you got to be paying very close attention here because if you look at Market Cipher, you see the money flow. It's wanting to curl back up. You see that we're starting to curl back up to the upside as well on the momentum wave. I would not be surprised to get a little bit of relief here. Really don't want to see us break down below, like, say, right there. That's kind of a terrible drawing. Here, let me draw that one more time for you. Right about there. I don't want to be seeing a breakdown below, like, 509. If we see that play out, I would be more expecting a further breakdown to probably 506, a further breakdown. But guys, you know, Q3 tends to be bearish and sluggish, and we're in Q3. That being said, Bitcoin continues to make higher highs. It's trading nice. We saw the highest monthly candle closure in Bitcoin's history yesterday. Okay, I expect Bitcoin to continue to rally into Q3 right now based on the technicals alone. Fundamentals are bullish by themselves, but when it comes to risk on assets like Pepe, what have I been doing? I've been doing high leverage scalps. I've been using the exchanges in the description box or pinned comment down below. Now, that's not financial advice. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing in these markets. I'm trying to take advantage of the quick spikes in volatility to the upside, longing and shorting, and just scalping in these windows. But guys, when it comes to buying and holding, I think you need to wait for the price action to play out a little bit more before you make a decision. And now, that's just my personal opinion, but look at the charts, do your own research, figure out what works out, what strategy works out best for you. But I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing in these markets right now. But I do want to say that right now this does look like the risk is to the downside, being below this very important trend line, this bullish trend line. But that being said, like my line in the sand really is like 4075. If we break below that level, then I would say, yeah, expect that test down here and then expect a test even further down towards about 50s 44594, which would be a very brutal sell-off, and I would expect Bitcoin to probably be capitulating to the downside as well during that. So you need to be seeing the entire overarching market, including the traditional market, selling off to see a further breakdown on Pepe like that. But looking at Pepe right now, we're at rank 29, down about 7.3% in the past 7 days, down about 4.71 in the past 24 hours, sitting at, now we're below a $4 billion market cap. All-time high for this cycle was about a $14 billion market cap, so almost, well, really about $10 billion have sold off from the peak, which is absurd, but I think that as we get a little bit lower here, I'd be looking for potential buying opportunities, especially if Bitcoin holds up well into the end of Q3. Now, looking at the overall market, we saw a big red day today. Bitcoin down about 1.76%, but it's something to pay attention to, guys. Bitcoin dominance just continues to rally higher and higher and higher. We exclude stablecoins at 66.5%, nearly 67%. I expect this to rally for the rest of Q3. And really, I expect it to rally until the Fed pivots, until we see quantitative easing, until we see rate cuts, guys. You know, the U.S. Federal Reserve is lagging behind the entire globe when it comes to the interest rates. Europe has cut down over, I think, 10 interest rate cuts over the past year or so. And, guys, in 2025, we've had 0 rate cuts, and there was a projection of 4 rate cuts at the beginning of 2025. We've seen 0 so far. And guys, we're in Q3 now, okay? Not much time left in 2025, so I do expect these rate cuts to come in relatively soon. You look at Bitcoin, like I said, on the monthly time frame, we just saw the highest monthly candle closure in the history of Bitcoin. You have a green dot on market side from the momentum wave, usually indicating further continuation to the upside. RSIs are aimed to the upside. I expect further moves to the upside here on the monthly time frame. The weekly time frame is like a sideways chop, really, but it's still very bullish. Like anything above, let's say, about $106,000 weekly candle closure is bullish in my opinion. I expect continuation as well. So, guys, when it comes to risk on assets and Pepe, you need to prepare for some big moves that are going to be incoming probably relatively soon within the month of July. But that being said, whether that's to the upside or the downside, we really need to be paying attention to what's going on with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is showing that we should be expecting the probability of a breakout to the upside. But at the same time, Bitcoin dominance continues to rally. In the overarching market, it's a Bitcoin-only bull market, it feels like, as Bitcoin dominance rallies higher and higher and higher. Just something to note. Like I said, what I'm doing, I'm high leverage scalping on some of the exchanges down below. If you guys want to support this channel, click some of the affiliate links down below. We don't accept donations or anything like that, so it really helps support this channel. That's all I got, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Are you bullish on Pepe? Do you think this is just a little bit of a fake out? We're just going to see the bottom come in sooner rather than later? Or do you expect further breakdown and consolidation at these levels for Q3? Very curious on what you have to say about that. That's all I got. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.